Chattanooga Mayor Berke joins us in the studio this morning to talk more about the big announcement.
Mayor, just a few moments ago, President Trump just tweeted congratulating you, congratulating Chattanooga about this huge opportunity. So how does that make you feel?
Well, it's great. The news is fantastic for our city. We know that it's making national headlines. We're going to get the first vehicle. It's going to be an SUV. This means we're at the forefront of really the next generation of cars, and I think that's fantastic for our city.
So tell me, what does this expansion really mean for our area?
Well, you know, we've had the 6th highest wage growth in the country. We want to see those wages continue to grow, and the more activity we have, the better off we are. So there's really two things. Number one is $840 million to build the next plant. That means more electrical worker jobs and more jobs for people who are building the construction. Then once that finishes, 1,000 new jobs at Enterprise South. That's on top of what we already see. But it isn't just VW, because Gestamp and Plastic Omnium, they'll all have to hire up to keep up with the expansion.
1,000 new jobs to this area could mean 1,000 new families, which creates a snowball effect, which means more kids in our schools, more infrastructure. What's your long-term plan about fitting all these folks in our city?
Well, we're growing faster than any other major city in Tennessee. We know that, and so we have to have really good plans. That's one of the reasons why you see us talking about development so much, is we want to grow, but we want to keep that essential character. That's the reason I love to live here, is our quality of life, and we don't want to see that change.
And looking at this investment, do you have any word of where this is going to be built? Also, a timeline on when it will open and be ready to start hiring employees?
Well, the plant will be built right next to where we currently see. I think they're still working on exactly where that is. It's probably going to get started here in the next several months, certainly before the end of the year. They want to get these vehicles out in the showrooms and sold as soon as possible, and the longer that they delay in building the plant, the longer it is until they can sell a vehicle.
Are you starting to see that this new announcement is now attracting possible new companies, more additional companies to come to this area and check us out?
I think we'll see more companies looking at us, particularly in the automobile sector, because the electric will have a different set of suppliers. There will be many of the same, but there might be some new suppliers that come along. We'll see that. It won't just be for Chattanooga, it'll be for our entire region, and that's a fantastic thing. The important part, too, for us is we're not just an automobile city. We've seen over the last 6 years the Innovation District and many other things grow. And so what's great is to have a bunch of different sectors that are increasing in our city, and that's why we see that big wage growth.
And now you've been in office almost 6 years now. As you prepare to wind down the last 2 years, what does this say about the things that you've seen come to fruition right here in Chattanooga?
Well, this is the second one of these that I've done. The first one was the Atlas, and now this one. I think what it means is that our city is really one to be looked at internationally, nationally, regionally. People know that we're a city on the move.
All right. Mayor Berke joining us this morning. Thank you, sir, for coming in.
Thank you.
And of course, we'll have more on this coming up throughout the day on air and online.